Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Műsoraink sok nyelvet tartalmaznak. Kérjük, tekintse meg itt suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Even if you want to be a teacher of this so-called tantric yoga, you are not safe from the danger of addiction to sensual pleasure. I also written here, it's a dangerous way because you could be entangled in its powerful pleasure and can't reach your goal or even forget it altogether. In this physical world, sex is the most common yet the most powerful force to reach enlightenment.
Please keep watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English and Chinese with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, and Thai. Sain Baina is hello in Buryat. Great to see you, precious viewers. My name is Vlad. The caring people of Buryatia thank you for your generosity and compassion toward all beings. Buryatia is a republic of Russia in eastern Siberia. It stretches from southwest to northeast in the form of a crescent and consists of beautiful landscapes of high mountains and rich forests, which are home to many species of animals such as moose, deer, bears, lynx, wild boars, and muskrats, among others. Mountain goats and reindeer live in the mountains. This modest-sized country that borders Mongolia to its south is full of resources. One can find gold, tungsten, aluminum, iron, manganese, and coal, as well as wheat, potatoes, vegetables, and sugar beets. Buryats, an Asian people, constitutes Siberia's largest ethnic group after Russians. They share many customs with other Mongols, including nomadic herding and erecting gears for shelter. Today, the majority of Buryats live in and around Ulan-Ude, the capital of the republic, although many still live more traditionally in the countryside. The Western Buryats eventually forsook their lifestyle as nomadic herders and adopted an agricultural life. Most now live in the permanent wooden houses typical of Siberian peasant life. The eastern Buryats remain herders. Outside the capital Ulan-Ude, the major attractions include hot springs, Lake Baikal, and Mongolian-style Buddhist monasteries. Ivolginsky Datsan is the largest Buddhist monastery and temple complex in Russia, which includes temples, dugans, small Buryat Buddhist temples, and a greenhouse with a sacred Bodhi tree. And most importantly, in 1991, the Buddhist University was established here. We are elated to share a glimpse of historical Buryatia with you, knowledgeable viewers. We pray to heaven to shower you with immense blessings and heavenly grace. For over 3 decades, Supreme Master Ching Hai has illuminated our world with her divine teachings. A fully enlightened master, she imparts the Kuan Yin method of meditation to those desiring to immediately discover the God nature within and to achieve in one lifetime eternal liberation from the cycle of transmigration. The Kuan Yin method has been practiced by all enlightened masters, such as the worshipped world-honored one, Shakyamuni Buddha, the worshipped Son of God, Jesus Christ, the venerated master and philosopher Confucius, the venerated Lord Krishna, the venerated master and philosopher Lao Tzu, the venerated Lord Mahavira, the beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the first Sikh Guru Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and many more. Supreme Master Ching Hai emphasizes that if we always remember God, render selfless service to others, and follow the laws of the universe, we will reach our highest potential as humans and truly understand our purpose on earth. She is an extraordinary living example of compassion, regularly sending material and financial assistance as well as love to refugees, the homeless, natural disaster victims, and others needing relief. Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and/or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children. Supreme Master Ching Hai respectfully thank all special individuals, organizations, leaders, and governments for all your genuine, loving, ongoing support. May heaven bless you forevermore. We, the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association members, are also sincerely grateful for your expressive kindness, wishing you the best. Supreme Master Ching Hai receives love and recognition from various organizations, media, governments, and individuals, as well as many awards from them, such as the 2006 Gussie Peace Prize, considered the Nobel Peace Prize of the East, the World Spiritual Leadership Award in 1994, the Mahavir Award in 2008, February 22nd and October 25th, both proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day, an honorary citizen of the United States, etc., and has been honored throughout the years with numerous other awards and accolades for her outstanding philanthropic and humanitarian deeds. etc. We apologize for not being able to show many other awards and honors for lack of space and time. Supreme Master Ching Hai respectfully thank all special individuals, organizations, leaders, and governments for all your genuine, loving, ongoing support. May heaven bless you forevermore. We, the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association members, are also sincerely grateful for your expressive kindness, wishing you the best. A true voice for our beautiful animal friends, Supreme Master Ching Hai promotes the peaceful and loving plant-based diet and envisions with humanity's awakening to the sacredness of all life, a tranquil and glorious all-vegan world where animals and people live in blissful harmony. Her initiatives to spread the vegan trend are diverse and have included alternative living flyer distribution, the international vegan restaurants Loving Hut, vegan food product companies, vegan fur products, Supreme Master Television, as well as regularly speaking to influential government and media leaders and participating in televised conferences on climate change, etc. Whether we're aware of it or not, her efforts have had an enormous influence on global awareness of the animal-friendly lifestyle and how this benevolent way can bring lasting peace among nations, while saving our planet from climate change and disasters. Over the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has traveled worldwide, from the Americas to Africa, from Europe to Oceania, and held hundreds of discourses with the public and her disciples on a variety of spiritual topics. Today, we are blessed to present one of these insightful lectures entitled Remember Your True Nature, Live Like a Saint, Part 2 of 5, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English and Chinese on September 1st, 2019, in New Land Ashram, Taiwan, also known as Formosa.
If the physical intercourse between man and woman, you call it sex. I'm shy to mention that word. When I first mentioned it, I was really very shy. But somebody asked me about it. I had to put on a brave face and tell him about why, a long time ago, some years ago. But even then, nowadays, if I mention that, I still feel very shy. I don't know why. Forgive me if I'm not so brave as you think. I'm not all that brave. I'm not all that very free to talk about anything. It's because I'm your teacher, I have to. But I always try not to mention that if I can. So, if sex is also one of the 84,000 methods to practice, why didn't the Buddha ever mention it? He even told people, try not to follow the lustful temptation. Because he knew it's very dangerous. I told you last time already. And then, suppose you practice with one person, and you might get addicted to that person, and then that person doesn't want to practice with you anymore because some reason, then you might try to get someone else. And then it will be very, very chaotic and troublesome. Not to yourself only, but to other people involved. Yeah. Even if you want to be a teacher of this so-called tantric yoga, you are not safe from the danger of addiction to sensual pleasure. I also written here, it's a dangerous way because you could be entangled in its powerful pleasure and can't reach your goal or even forget it altogether. In this physical world, sex is the most common, yet the most powerful force to reach enlightenment. Very powerful. If you married or in love, or have boyfriend, girlfriend, you understand what I'm saying. I better not try this. But if you can avoid it, then try the way I have told you last time. The saints, enlightened saints, they have physical contact with their wives only several times a year, just to have children only. And after that, if they have enough children the way they think they should, as an obligation to family, or just to have some children for the parental love for the wife or the husband, they will stop it after having enough children, even though they are still married. At one time, Kabir the Weaver Saint, very famous poet also, he told people not to indulge in this kind of sensual pleasure. But they asked him why was he married and he had sensual pleasure before with his wife. He said, I was not enlightened. I was blind then. Yeah. So that means after fully enlightened, he and his wife become best friends only. And his wife was also a saint of high order. And she respected him then as a master, just like every other disciple. Sant Kabir is one of the most famous saints in India. And you know already. Sometimes people say, what's the difference between your wife and my wife? Some of the men ask, he say, she's different. She's different, yeah. And the man, the disciple or maybe nosy people ask, what's the difference? So Kabir says, she obeyed absolutely every one of my commandments, every one of my requests. And you know that. Some story I told you already. If some of you don't know, maybe I repeat just a small portion, yeah? So that person asked, and then he tell Kabir, prove it to me. Prove it to me that your wife really listened to everything you ask. So Kabir said to his wife, she's nearby, next to him, he said, go out please, get me some stones. A round stone or any stone. And then she brought it in. He said, now make a fire, put some oil in it, and fry the stone for me. She did exactly just that. Finally that person, Kapish, understood that Kabir's wife is truly different from other men's wife. And another time, they run out of flour to make chapati. And Kabir sent his wife to the neighboring shop to borrow some flour. But the man, the owner of the shop, fancied Kabir's wife. Yeah, a long time already. He always tried, but he never succeed. This time, because Kabir was short of flour to make chapati for his guests, he has many truth seekers came to his house. And of course, he wants to treat them well. Well, whatever he can. He's just a weaver, He has not earned that much money, even though he has princess as disciple. And the princess gave him one diamond, and he did not accept it. But then the princess stuck it under his roof somewhere and say, Master, if ever you need it, please sell it so that you can have some decent lifestyle. So some years later, she asked him, how come you still live like a poor weaver? What happened to the diamond I gave you? He said, wherever you put it, it's still there. Yeah? So he still lives a life of a simple weaver. Whatever he earns, he uses. And whatever he has extra, if somebody come to him in need or visit him, he treat them with that. But that day, too many people came, including some monks. At that time, mostly just monks came visit him. So the monks, of course, had nothing to offer. The monks in India, they go with only one staff, one bottle, like a god, to get the water. That's it. And then one clothes, One they cover around here, and one they wrap around them. Maybe a blanket, maybe a cloth. That's all they have, the Indian monk. The Indian monks that I have seen, okay? The Hindu monks, yeah, and other monks and nuns as well. Same. Even nuns there, they're also like that. Therefore, Kabir has to go borrow some flour. But this man, the owner of the shop, had taken much liking to the wife of Kabir a long time already. So this time he used this opportunity to kind of force her, say, if you have a physical relationship with me, then I give you as much flour as you want to take. The wife, of course, don't like that. Come home and told her husband. Kabir said, what? Just that? And you did not even agree? Come, I take you back there. Because it's raining and it's muddy. He's a gentleman, so he carried her to the shop and tell the owner, here, my wife, please, be gentle, take care of her, and give me the flowers. Oh, the owner of the shop was so shocked. Who wouldn't be, right? He thought he should do it secretly with the wife, but the husband knew, and then even offer him his wife openly. He was so scared. Also, he saw both of them, even though it's raining hard outside, both of them are dry, just like we are now. So he was so scared, and he begged for forgiveness. And he said, please, take as much flour as you need. I will never dare to offend both of you, saintly practitioner again. Please forgive me. All right, so they have flour and nothing happened. I mentioned about the saints. After enlightenment, they practice abstinence. They still have wife, children maybe, but they keep abstinence from physical pleasure. They keep themselves abstinence from sex. Okay, sorry. I really don't like to speak it, but let's be straight is good, because sometimes talk around, you don't understand anything. Yeah? Or you pretend you don't understand. Fine. Therefore, I mention all the saints, they practice abstinence. Keep yourself busy. If you are bothered by that powerful force of nature that imparted within your being as one of the enlightening methods, just be busy. Help others instead of thinking of yourself too much. When you're too busy, you come home, you just meditate a little, and then you drop dead. You have no more energy to follow your inside desire. And living alone, of course, helps, okay? And living separate rooms, separate houses, as wife and husband, does help. And do not look left and right, back and forth, if any object of your adoration appear in front of your eyes. The monks was taught by the Buddha to look only about 1 meter in front of them, so that they can see the insects, so they don't hurt them. They don't look anywhere at all. Don't look at the woman. And look upon all the women as your mother. And for the nun, look upon all the men as your father, or your brother, or your sister, like that, to avoid trouble. If any desirous thought creep up in your mind, you cut, yeah? Think of something else, recite the 5 names. Try as best as you can. Of course, it's very powerful, this one. Very, very powerful. It is very powerful. It even can create human beings. Imagine how more powerful can any other power be. Create maybe not just one human, but many humans. Create the whole world as you see it. So how powerful that force inside you. If you cannot tame it, then of course it's understandable. Huh? Just try to. Maybe that's why when women and men came of age, they have to marry and slowly tame it. Try your best. Because this physical pleasure not only entangle you in a lower type of energy, but also expand your energy too much. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Now I don't think I need to say anymore, do I? No? No. Okay. All the politicians in our former generation knew all this also. Everyone know actually, but they use this power also even to exchange for lands, for more expansion of their country, yeah, by marrying their daughter off or their son off to neighboring country to exchange for some piece of province as dowry for the marriage. In Vietnam before, they did that also. One of our princess, fame for being beautiful and virtuous, saw our neighbor king. Vietnam before is not all the way from Hanoi all the way to the Cà Mau, no. It was only from on the northern side. Then slowly with this marriage we get the central of Vietnam now. And later some more excuses. It's a long story. You want to hear? Not that long, but I make it short. There was a song about it, yeah, that I sing sometime before Christmas. This princess, absolutely beautiful, out of this world kind of beauty. And she's coming of age already, 16 at the time, and she was in love with the general, the royal general of the guards. But then the king of other country, a neighboring country, maybe threatened to make war. So our king pacified by saying, we should be neighbor, we should be friend instead. I have beautiful princess. The king wanted that. The neighbor king wanted that. He said, unless the princess married to him, he will not let them. At that time, Ta Yue be in peace. So the king offered the princess. And of course, it's a heartbreaking love story for the princess and the general. He has to accompany her as a chief of the bodyguards to bring her to the other country, to offer her to another man. No matter if he's a king or not, he's another man. And he wasn't that good looking. Yeah. So after that, our country have peace with the neighbor, fine, and have, I think, two provinces extra added into our nation, okay, expanded our country border, fine. But later, when this king died, because the king of the neighboring country at that time called Champa country, Cham, nước Cham. He was already older when he married the young princess. And then he died. And in that country, tradition is that the king's body would be burned. And the princess, or whatever consorts he had at that time, all have to die with him in the same way, alive. Burned alive. Because it was a wrong translation, one wrong word. Because that time Champa also influenced by Indian culture. If you see some of their stupas that they built and the sculpting outside, the structure is very much like India. Many of the stupas. Stupas is people either built to bury some important person inside or to worship some of the saints' relic, like tooth. The saints or the Buddha died, they worship the tooth, they build a stupa, make it elaborate, painting or sculpting outside, beautiful decoration to worship. So if you see some of the stupas that are left over in our country, Vietnam nowadays, you will see they very much resemble the Indian kind of structure of building. I'm just telling you this, nobody tell me, it's just my calendar, okay? Because I saw it, I observed, and I see the similarity.
Optimistic viewers, we appreciate your company for today's episode entitled Remember Your True Nature, Live Like a Saint, Part 2 of 5, on Between Master and Disciples. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more positive programming. May your soul shine with humility and unconditional love like the celestial sun.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD.